How do you create or add your first or your next Amazon product listing to your account? In today's video, I'm going to break it down, walk you through what exactly do you need before you create your listing, what requirements and documentations do you need, and I'm going to walk you through entering it or saving it in your seller account. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back. Those of you who are my subscribers. My name is Twain. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller, mentor, and coach. Right here on my YouTube channel, I release weekly videos covering everything Amazon, e-commerce, and NFTs. If you enjoy that type of content, do me a favor right now. Head on down and press subscribe. I can see each and every one of you who take just a minute to press subscribe, and I appreciate each of you. Also, give me a like on this video. It helps support my channel and bring you more helpful videos like this one. My job right here on the channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing and documenting my journey of how I went from a struggling broke drug addict 8 years ago to being able to own and run multiple six-figure online businesses. Let's jump into it. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into it. How do you actually create your listing? Let's first go over when should you create your listing before, what you need in order to create your listing. When do you actually create your listing or take the time to enter it in the Amazon system? I recommend holding off creating your product listing as long as possible. The reason is you want the least number of days in between when you create the listing and when the products arrive to Amazon. Roughly 30 days would be best or under. So what does that mean? That means after you've placed the 30% deposit to your supplier, they've started production on 500 units, and let's say lead time to manufacture 500 units is 30 days. You want to wait about 20 days or so and then create your listing, get the FNSKU barcode, send that to your supplier, and proceed with working on your listing. And the reason is for the best honeymoon period possible, which is those first 2 to 4 weeks after you launch. For the best honeymoon period, you just want to wait to create your listing as close to the launch date as possible. You can create your listing now, and then let's say it's going to be 30 days for production, 30 days for shipping. But what happens is Amazon starts collecting data on your listing as soon as it's entered in their system. So you just want to wait as long as possible. So we're going to hold off. If production is going to take 30 days to manufacture 500 units, we're going to wait until there's only 5-10 days left in that production, and then create the listing in Seller Central. So now you know kind of when to create your listing. Now the other option is if you're using a 3PL or shipping the products to your house first, which I don't necessarily recommend, but shipping to a 3PL is okay. The benefit of that is you can just tell the supplier or your freight forwarder ship all the products to the 3PL, and then once the products arrive at the 3PL, then you create the listing, then get the FNSKU to your 3PL and labeled on all your products, and then ship the products into Amazon. But I found as long as it's just around 30 days, guys, for that fast shipping DDP, between when you create the listing and the products arrive to Amazon, you'll still get a full honeymoon period. Now, let's go over creating the product listing. What are you going to need to enter your product listing? Couple of things. Number one is a sort of finalized product title. When we go in to create the product listing, Amazon's going to ask for the product or item name. That's your title. You want to enter a pretty much finalized product title from the very beginning, around that 200 character mark. The reason is you usually cannot change your title later on until after you launch. And even then, it's hard to change your title at that point. Sometimes it requires a flat file upload or trying to, force the edit to go through. So try to enter a finalized product title from the very beginning. Now, what does a finalized product title look like? Well, you can look at your main competitors' titles on Amazon to get ideas for what does their title look like. You don't necessarily have to have your brand name there, but what you do need in your title is the top 3 to 5 main keywords picked out from Cerebro according to the keyword data. Highest IQ score, search volume in the higher range for the title keywords. That 3,000 to 30,000 mark is good for search volume. The lowest competing products, the lowest CPR number, and the lowest title density. So get a good title that has between 3 to 5 main keywords in it, left to right, for highest to low search volume. So like if my main keyword is let's say faucet guard, faucet guard or sink splash guard, you want that main keyword right in the very front of your title. If that's got the highest search volume, it should be in the front of your title. And then each first letter of each word in your title is going to be capital. Okay. This spacing is off. You can see they have comma, no space, comma, no space. So you definitely want to have a space there. top 3 to 5 main keywords get in your title, and then it sounds ultra convincing to get the customer to click on it, right? So it's silicone, it fits large faucets, it's waterproof, 100% silicone, you know, some main selling features in there. So you'll have a finalized product title. The other thing you're going to need is a GS1 barcode. Now, I had a recent story I want to share about GS1 barcodes. So Amazon has totally moved to requiring sellers to use only barcodes from GS1. So you can only use either a UPC or a GTIN barcode from gs1.org. You can buy one GTIN for $30. You can buy 10 UPCs for $250. But what I had happen to me recently is I used up all my 10 UPC barcodes. So I thought, okay, for this new product I'm adding, I'll just go buy a GTIN barcode for $30, which I did. I was able to create the listing. Everything went well. And then Amazon shut down, removed my product listing, saying I didn't get a real GS1 barcode, which I did. So it is all right to still use that $30 GTIN barcode. But what I made the mistake of doing is just checking out as guest. When I clicked on Get My Barcodes Now, I didn't sign in to my GS1 Hub Manager. I just went to Continue as Guest, bought it for $30, and used it. But what the problem with that is I don't have an account with GS1 for that GTIN that I bought, and I don't have the GS1 certificate, which is what Amazon requested from me, that GS1 ownership prefix with prefix. So if you do want to buy just one GTIN, make sure you log in, create a GS1 account, and make sure you get the GS1 certificate with company prefix, because Amazon will check your barcode here, which is called the product ID. They will check it against the GS1 database, and your brand needs to be on the GS1 side. So those are the two main things, guys, when you're creating your listing, or the three main things. Wait as long as possible towards the end of production. Number 2, get a finalized product title in there. And number 3, the product ID that you use needs to be a GTIN or a UPC directly from GS1. And make sure when you buy your barcode here on GS1, you enter your brand name for the prefix name, and you get a prefix in there for your brand name or company, which is company should be brand name, and you get the GS1 certificate, because Amazon may ask for that if you just use a GTIN. But you'll always be safe going with a UPC for $250, getting 10 of those and then assigning it to this product. You'll always have prefix as your brand name and ownership certificate from GS1. So that's kind of the story to be careful with on barcodes. Those are really the two main requirements. Now, you can go in, instead of buying a GTIN or a UPC, you can go inside your seller account here, guys. You can go down to catalog, add products. You can come down here to what's a GTIN, GTIN Exemption. You want to click on this one, what's a GTIN, learn more. And you can actually go down here and click on apply for a GTIN exemption here. And this will make it, you can select your product category. Let's say my product category is home and my brand name is Brian's Designs. You can go ahead and click here and click on check for eligibility. And then if you see a green check mark, you're now approved for a GTIN exemption. If it comes back and says, no, you need to submit for brand approval, or it's not approved at this time, that means you have to buy a GS1 GTIN barcode or a UPC. But if you do see a green check mark, or you're able to get a GTIN exemption approved, that means you don't have to enter a UPC or a GTIN barcode when you go to create the listing, okay? So you can definitely check that out using a GTIN exemption in order to be able to create your listing. Now let's go back. How are you going to actually add the product now that you have your GS1 barcode or a GTIN exemption? You have your pretty much finalized product title. You're waited till the end of production, and now it's time to create the listing. You're going to go to Catalog, Add Products, and then come down here. I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon, okay? This would be if you're like, searching for the product category there. If you're selling like a DVD player or a baby blanket that's already on Amazon, that's where you would search it in the catalog. But I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon. And then what I recommend doing is just search for your product category. So let's say my product is that sink, faucet, guard. Search it here, and then Amazon's going to usually come back with the correct category. Now, how do you choose the best category? Let's go over that. So when you're on Amazon, sink splash guard, let's just do a search here, copy, let's go up here to all departments, because we want to see all the products on Amazon. Go ahead and type in your product main keyword here. And then it'll actually tell me right above here with the Helium 10 extension, you know, what category is it in. So it's in tools and home improvement, kitchen sinks, kitchen sink accessories. Do you see those ones, guys? So this is the main category, which is very important. Tools and home improvement, tools and home improvement. That's the main category. And then the subcategories are kitchen sinks, kitchen sink accessories, dish racks for this one, kitchen and dining. This is an important step, classifying your product here. Right here, when you classify your product in a category, this is an important one because this is has a big impact on how many competitors are there going to be out there, okay? So we definitely want to take the time to research which category to put this in. So let's run X-ray. So you'd run X-ray on your product, and then we're going to scroll over to the far right and see the ones doing the most revenue. Which category are they in? So you can see right over here, we've got tools and home improvement, kitchen dining, kitchen dining, kitchen dining, tools, kitchen dining. The majority of them are in kitchen and dining. That's the category I would go in. See, this one's doing well. It's in kitchen and dining. This one's doing well. That one's in tools and home improvement. But this is a home and kitchen product, right? A sink faucet guard, not necessarily a tools and home improvement product. But you can research more in depth by clicking on, you know, some of these competitors' listings here. Go down to their product information halfway down the page, and it'll tell you which category they're in. So right here it says number 11,000 in kitchen and dining, and the subcategory they're ranked in is splatter screens. Now about this, you see, kitchen and dining is like the relevant main category. These subcategories are important, but less important. The reason is you'll actually rank, or Amazon will rank you in these subcategories based off your sales, which keywords you have in your listing, which keywords you have in your PPC campaigns, and which keywords you're making sales off of for relevancy. Amazon's really going to start ranking you in these subcategories, but choosing the correct main category is very important. So let's go back. Instead of doing the search, you can look here. Are any of them coming back in kitchen and dining? No. It's either industrial or tools. So what you can do instead is come down here to manually search for your category. So home and kitchen, we'll go kitchen dining, and then we can go through here and manually select the right one. So we'll go through, we're in home and kitchen, kitchen dining. Now I'm looking for kind of, you know, the sink splatter guard. So storage and organization, water coolers, appliances and parts, kitchen gadgets and utensils. I don't know if it's storage and organization, racks and holders, dish racks, racks and cabinets. No, I don't think it's that. Let's keep going. So storage and racks, thermoses, flatware, food storage. No, let's go back to just kitchen dining. I'm not seeing it here. Let me go ahead and do a different search here and see if I get a different result with the main keyword. So you can switch up your main keyword and see if we get a different one. So I'm still getting only tools and home improvement and industrial and scientific. So let's go back over to some of our main competitors and let's get this keyword here, sink splash guard. And I'm just trying to get the main category as the home and kitchen to come up. It's not look liking it's going to do it for me. So let's go back to kitchen dining. Let's continue going through here and manually selecting the products. So kitchen utensils and gadgets. We're looking for sink splash guards, kitchen accessories, dish mats. That's close. Refrigerator pot holders, napkin holder, dish drying mats, dish drying mat. I don't think it's necessarily a drying mat. Comfort mats, that's more for the floor. So let's keep going here. Bakeware, dining and entertaining, tabletop accessories. No, I'm not necessarily seeing it here. Let me figure out silicone faucet handle drip catcher tray. So why don't we go with just the search of silicone. Now I've got a better one. So I've got home and kitchen, storage organization, kitchen storage, racks and holders, under sink organizers, not necessarily an under the sink one. Home and kitchen, kitchen dining, storage room, the racks and holders, under sink organizers, also not a good one. So you can see here, it does kind of take some work to classify your product in the correct main category. And it's important because there may be the option to list it in that tools and home improvement category, but it's not really super relevant, or you have a ton more competitors in that category versus the correct main category, or you go ahead and launch the product in tools and home improvement and Amazon will switch it on you, and then you kind of have to start over with building up your ranking, okay? Let's go through here and try to figure which one we're going to do. So dish racks, bathroom trays, vanity trays, kitchen, storage and organization accessories, under the sink, countertop soap dispensers. I would probably just go with, it's not necessary for the bathroom, but this one's pretty good. Home and kitchen, kitchen dining storage organization, kitchen storage and organization accessories. I'd probably just go with that one, guys. You could, if this was your product, you could dig in a little bit deeper here, just to figure out, make sure you're classifying in the right category by going through some of these other listings, and just taking a look at their main category and subcategory down here in the product information, okay? But I'm going to go with that to continue creating this listing. Dish racks. So this competitor is actually in dish racks, so maybe I did need to choose dish racks, but you kind of get the idea there, guys. Now, the next step. Let me show you the next step here. Okay, on the next screen, guys, you're going to come to the product identity tab. Now, what do we need here? We need the item name. That's going to be your product title that you did. So silicone, let's say this is our title. You obviously don't want to copy it from your competitor's listing. You would want to take the time to write, a finalized product title of your own. So your item name is going to be your title. Can go there again around 200 characters or less. First letter is capital. Top 3 to 5 main keywords in the first half of the title. Then the second half of the title, make it sound convincing to get customers to click on it. Brand name, you'll enter your actual brand name here. Now, that's one thing I forgot to mention before you create the listing. There's one other thing that you need to do. You'll want to get brand approval. Now, I have this doc here on how to get brand approval. This is essentially achieved, getting this brand approval, guys, to use your brand by doing one thing, and that is creating a support ticket like this. And in the support ticket, you want to do a item description for the contact reason you're creating an Amazon support ticket. The short description is obtaining brand approval, and then you're going to upload this letter here. So, hello Amazon, hope you're having a great day. I've encountered error 5665 when trying to create my listing. I'm trying to obtain brand approval for my private label brand, Brian's Designs. I've attached pictures of my product, including in its packaging, which includes my Brian's Design logo on the product with label. I've also checked the United States Patent and Trademark Office to confirm Brian's Designs is not already being used. As discussed in the Amazon brand name policy, Amazon considers a brand to be a name that represents a product or set of products. Products from that same brand share a common name, logo, or other identifying mark. So you'll want to submit pictures of your product with logo. So this means you'll have to get one custom sample made and shipped to you from your supplier that has your brand logo on it. That means that before that, you have to figure out what brand name you're going to use for your product. You have to get a professional logo done on Fiverr, and you need to send the logo to your supplier. And when you order custom samples, have them print your logo on the product and on the packaging if they can, but on the product, print your logo. And then once you get the sample to your house, just take a couple pictures of the product on your desk, and you're going to submit pictures of that product with showing logo on it to Amazon, and then this message here, and then Amazon's going to unlock your account. So you're able to actually enter the brand name, your brand name, in this brand name box. It'll take them roughly 1 to 3 days to respond to give you approval for your brand. One more thing on the brand approval, guys. Down here, it does say we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page, and we have a website. It would be nice if you could set up those 3 things. Even if you don't start posting content on your Facebook and Instagram, it is nice to go save the names. And then if you want to use Shopify to buy your domain on Namecheap or GoDaddy, and then use Shopify to set up a quick one-page website, sometimes that will help with getting brand approval too. But if you don't get around to doing your website, at least have pictures of your product with logo and the Facebook and Instagram page, okay? External product ID, what is that? That's going to be your GTIN number, your UPC or GTIN. Here, and then you'll get this from, GS1, and you'll enter your product ID there. Now, next one is vital info, item type name. This is just going to be, a sink tray. That's just an item name. Model number, you can go, 0001, model name, silicone, sink tray, manufacturer. That's going to be your brand name. Okay, offer tab. Here we're just going to put in sync tray for our SKU. Customer doesn't see that. We're going to enter 0 for now. Let's say I want to launch the product at $19.99. I'm going to do $29.99 as my price, and then I'm going to come back in and do a sale price of $19.99. Condition is new. Next, we're moving over to the product details section, product description. Okay, here is where you're going to enter your product description. This can be added later after you create your listing, guys. And while you're waiting for the product to be finished manufactured and shipping to Amazon, which takes roughly, 20 to 40 days, you'll be able to come back in here and work on your description, your images, your bullet points, your keywords, all of that. The requirements for the very beginning are the title is pretty much finalized. The brand name can't be changed. The seller SKU can't be changed. But everything else, images, keywords, description, bullet point, all of those can be worked on and added later, okay? But you may have to put in here like a few just to be able to save it for the system to allow you to go through. Material, silicone, number of items, it's just one tray. The color, let's say, is gray. The size, let's say it's, extra large. Number of pieces, it's just one tray. Care instructions, hand wash. Assembly required, no. Included components, there's a little asterisk there, so it is saying it's required. I'm just going to do sync tray. Okay, and then we're going to variations. Nothing for variations. We're going to safety and compliance, country, region. It's China. We'll select there. Are batteries required? No. Dangerous goods regulation, not applicable. Contains liquids? No. Mandatory, no warning applicable. And then shipping information, you'll enter the item length. This is one product in a box. Okay, one product in a box. What's the size of that product? Okay, so in a box. So let's say it's 6 by 4 inches by 5 inches. So you'll set it in like this. And then package weight, let's say the product is 1.5 pounds. You'll enter it like that, and then number of boxes is just 1. And now you can save your listing, okay? And now you've just successfully created your listing and saved it, and just give it about 15 minutes to an hour to show up inside your seller account. Then you're going to come back in your seller account. You're going to go here to inventory, manage inventory. Your listing should show up here, and then on the very far right, we can see the status should be a listing is inactive. Or search suppressed would be good. You have your image, no image is fine. Your SKU, your title, the date it was created here. Your ASIN will be right here. And then you just want to click over here on the down arrow, change to fulfillment by Amazon. If it's there, go ahead and click that, change to fulfillment by Amazon. Then you want to select Amazon barcode as the barcode type and decline label service, and then save it. And now it's flipped over to Amazon. Then you'll come back into your manage inventory page, click on edit, and then here, guys, is where you'll be able to come back into each one of those sections and fill out all the information right here. So work on your description, right? So filling in your description, your key product features, your back-end search term keywords, more details, where you can see any other information that you need to fill out. All of that will be under here. Offer tab, max order quantity, 5. Can it be gift message? Yes. Is gift wrap available? Yes. And then one final thing, guys, on the launch date, release date, fill all those dates in to roughly 1 to 2 weeks ahead of when you expect your products to arrive to Amazon. So if I expect my products to arrive to Amazon October 15th, set your launch date, offer start date, release date under the offer tab, the more details tab, wherever you see those dates, launch date, release date, right here, launch date, release date. Set that out a week or two ahead of when you expect the products to get to Amazon, and then come in here and update that. You just don't want your listing to go active before you're ready to officially launch, because that'll activate your honeymoon period if your listing does go live, okay? But that, guys, is going to wrap up how to create your new product listing and save it successfully inside your Seller Central account. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me any questions you have down below, and I'll see you on my next one.